Yeah, what's going on, family? It's your man B Miles coming to you live once again with another live stream. I'm actually going to wait to see when the guests are going to come in. I sent out the link not that long ago. Supposed to be having guests on here right about now, but I definitely want to wait to see when the guests going to come on. But I definitely will say it's it is definitely a great honor and privilege to be back on here tonight. At a really great time and stuff like that. I know I sent out the link, for everyone to come on. I'm gonna just go ahead and wait, but I definitely want to talk to y'all a little bit about, you know, um, about the video and stuff like that because I know we're supposed to, I'm going some, go into more, more detail because I actually want to, break down, the lyrics some more because I feel as though, in those lyrics, man, I just, I really took my time crafting that song and stuff like that. I really took a lot of time, I took a lot of time and I put a lot of effort, into that song. And I've been waiting for that track, to finally come into fruition for a long time. So I'm extremely honored and grateful, I'm saying that, have this song out, because, when I first heard the beat, I knew I was going to write something deep to it. And I wound up talking to B Forte. He was like, he heard the beat, he was like, rhyme about heartache. So I'm looking like, what can I say? And that's when I was trying to I was actually trying to rhyme about the title Heartache, Trouble and Sadness. I was going to try to describe each emotion, but it just so happened that, when the words started to come out, it just started to come out a certain way. I guess I guess you could say, well, that's when I really started to notice that, wherever your mind takes you, that's when you gotta go, you gotta let it take you there. And that's when I just started to write up those lyrics of the song and I actually, rewrote, a couple things in the verses. I actually rewrote, parts of the first and parts of the second. But I'm definitely honored and grateful, man, that y'all a lot of y'all had a chance over the last 24 hours, to hear and see something great where, it has great lyrics, it has a great concept. You're seeing something highly great and incredible, and something that's positive, something that is thought provoking, something that is, something that you can really walk away and take away from. You can walk away, from it. You can take something from it. And, that's part of the reason why I was so ready to put it out there, man, because I'm really glad and grateful that, ways were made, for me to actually, to see that coming to fruition. It's like, and also as well, when, I know when people said, when they saw, thank you, everybody, peace, everybody that's in the chat. And people told me when they said, one subscriber said that when I saw, you were saying, it's a metaphor, but, when she saw the gun go to my head, she said, it really sent chills down through her spine. And, to see something like that and to have that kind of reaction, seeing that kind of expression happen, up on film, up on camera, it's just, it does something to your mind because, after my mom passed away, I was having those kind of thoughts because, life was so hard beating me down at the time. And when, when my mom passed away, I took it so hard that I felt like I lost all hope in myself and in life. And it just felt like life was just whipping my ass, beating me down to the point where, I'm saying, to the point where that, I felt like, just, I'm under so much stress, man. I just felt like, just going on and just offing myself, You said, was the gun real? Nah, it was, it was actually a BB gun and stuff like that, just in case you wanted to know. But of course, it definitely looks real. It's like if you look at it from a certain angle in your hand, it definitely looks real. Stuff like that, but I definitely wasn't going to use a real gun anyway, Thank you, y'all. And let me slow down. That is something that I really wanted to express to people because those thoughts were going to cross my mind. Like, should I really just go ahead and just, say fuck it, fuck it, and just go ahead and just tap out of here, those thoughts went across my mind, quite a few times. And I told myself, man, things to get better, man. You really got to keep on fighting, man. But it has a real great, this life has a real great tendency of beating you down and whipping your ass. Life has a way of whipping your ass. And that is some of the trials and tribulations to the point where I actually, felt an experience, in my, young 37 years of life, especially after my mom passed. I went through a lot of hell. It felt like it was literally just, I was just in a real dark tunnel for that one whole year. And it felt like it was no way out, no matter how hard I tried. That year of 2010 was a very hard year for me. It was a painful, hard, depressing year. And I really felt like just offing myself. But something kept, but it was something in me that just kept on telling me, like, you know what, you got to keep on going forward, man. You can't do it. It was something there, but instead I wanted that, like it was, it's almost like, having Noble Isaiah Eld in that video. He was pretty much like that voice. You know what I'm saying? It's like, sometimes you hear the inner voice, but sometimes you got to hear the other voice talking to you in person. That's, you could pretty much say that's what the metaphor was. It was like the enemy. I'm seeing the enemy on the outside talking to me, no, don't do it. And to have him, in the video, man, and for y'all to see something like that, man, for y'all seeing too, but let me sort of, I'm excited, man, to see brothers, hug one another, to see one brother, man, I'm just super excited. I'm stuttering like crazy, to see one brother hug another brother to save him from himself, you know. Oh yeah, I'm definitely pleased with the video. I love the video. I'm glad and grateful that had a chance, to like talk about it, create the idea, but that is definitely something I wanted to face myself, is that even when I was rapping with the gun in my head, even though it was the BB gun, it just still felt like, like it was that real. It was really that real, and I even talked to my cousin about this earlier, man. It's like, when you're going through life, man, you're going to have to go through this shit. And guess what? That's so real. Matter of fact, let me hold up. You know what? Let me try to rap some of the lyrics to y'all. I said, life be having you feeling the heartache more harder than starvation. Excuse me. Sorry. Life be having you feeling the heartache more harder than starvation. Daily hustle and bustle when problems in moderation. You stress up in your life is a part of the conversation. The wrong observation, daily contemplation. Pretty much it's like when you going through this life, man, it gets so tight. It's like you starving. This life will make you feel like you starving. It's like sometimes you actually can go starving, like sometimes days and nights without food. And it's like, when you start feeling that hunger pain in your stomach start growling, your stomach getting tight, it's like, it's like life get tight on you like a starvation. It's like your stomach gets tight and it's growling. That's the way how life can be sometimes. Harder than starvation, daily hustle and bustle and problems in moderation. Your problems come and go. It's like in moderation. It's like 1 minute your problems are there, the next minute they're not. But it's like 1 minute you think you're cool, the next minute you're not. It's like your problems come and go. Why? Because we're going to be dealing with problems every damn day rest of our lives. You stress up in your life is a part of the conversation. The wrong observation, daily contemplation. Every single damn day you were stressing yourself out. You were talking about the daggone stress that you were dealing with on a daily basis. You are talking about the daily stress on a daily basis. Every single day you were stressed out. You observing it, man. It's like you looking at your problems, but it's like you observing it one way, but you need to look at it from another way. It's like you observing it. It's like you letting your problems consume you instead of you thinking outside of the box to find a way to solve them. You observing your problems wrong. Then that's when you start observing your problems wrong. It's daily contemplation. Then you start contemplating, should I take myself? Should I take myself out of it? All right, okay. Hey, there he is. There he is. There goes Noble Isaiah L. There he is. There he is.
Hello. How you doing, Moore?
I'm doing wonderful, man. I'm actually, giving them a breakdown right about now. And I was just, talking about the video, talking about the breakdown, talking about giving them a history about how I really felt at one point in time in my life after my mom passed away. And I'm actually just giving them a breakdown of the lyrics and stuff like that.
Right.
But it's definitely an honor and privilege one because after I do my piece, I'm not going to talk too much because, you the guests and stuff like that. But we definitely going to spar back and forth. But I wanted to just giving them a breakdown, and I'm not going to break down all the lyrics, but just like certain parts to where it really applies to where like I was talking about life and how this life will whip that ass.
Right. Right. Exactly. Oh yeah, and that's why we definitely gotta pick each other up and be there for each other.
That's right. Yep, that's right, one. Yep, that's exactly why, we glad, they had that kind of image,
Hmm.
in the video and stuff like that, so they can, especially see two brothers, in the video and stuff like that, man. That kind of remind me like the end of the Boys in the Hood when he say you still got one brother left, man.
All right. Exactly. That's right.
That's exactly how it felt, man. It felt real surreal, man. And I was just breaking it down. I'm about to break down a couple more bars to him and stuff like that. Then I'm gonna let you go ahead into the breakdown and you know what I'm saying, and then we can also talk about the experience of making it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right, okay, cool, more. And then what did I say? Yep, and what was another part that I said? I said life's hard, sweating you daily harder than right guard, beating and biting and grinding you down like a tight jaw. Life scars, really than buck 50 must slice raw, or digging down the chick that got tight walls but pipe raw. Excuse me for that, sisters. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I know your ladies heard it, but I know you might have heard it out your man B Miles's mouth. You know what I mean? But I don't want sisters, the mothers to feel like, oh, he's saying that. I don't want you to think I'm being misogynistic or that's toxic masculinity. I'm only keeping it real because my dear sisters, let's keep it real. You've been hearing that type of music for a long time. You've been hearing those words for a long time. So if you hear those kind of words, I don't want you to feel, saying that that's being misogynistic or anything. But that's just being real. It's just like every single day. It's like it's sweating you hard like it's right guard because what do you do protect the sweat? You got to put on right guard. So every day it's like you just sweating hard because it's beating and biting and grinding you down like a tight jaw. What do people when they, when they stress and they got a tight jaw, they grind it on their teeth. That's the way how this life has a way of just grinding you and just grinding you up and just swallowing you up in this life. It just feels like every single day, like the pain just get harder and it feel like it just grinding on you. Every single day, it just feels like it just gets worse and worse and there's no type of way out. And I want to highlight a couple more parts. I'm just trying to go through the lyrics. Oh, yeah, let me go to that. I said heartache, trouble, and sadness will have you in the madness. Your heart sway can lead the blood puddled in the ashes. It's ratchet. Make you want to bury this hatchet. You crafted for the casket. Life is flabbergasted. Iller than what evil was grafted. It mastered the whole damn planet, made it hotter than the gasket. Hit you harder than static, more sicker than maggots, hotter than ashes, burn you harder than acid. Situations and tribulations get tragic, drastic. Mind wrapped in bullshit worse than plastic. Like we have in inland ways, you live in the savage, ass backwards and average, take you for being a maverick. Hold on, y'all there? You there, more?
Yeah, I'm still here more.
Okay, can y'all hear me?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, because it seemed like it paused for a second. Yup, and I'm pretty much talking about every single. It's like heartache, trouble, and sadness. This life will drive you crazy mentally. This life at times can really affect your mental health to the point where you start questioning, like, am I crazy? Am I really going through this right about now? Okay, let me see. All right, it will be Forte right there, and it's like you start wondering, like, am I going through this right about now? This life is so painful, man. And then at the same time, you might wind up having a heart attack because, it's like I said, your heart's weight lead the blood puddled in the ashes. You have a heart attack, your heart bursts. You wind up in the casket. You know what I'm saying? You wind up getting cremated. Why? Because you wind up checking out of here. That's how real this life can really get. This life can burn on your ass every damn day. Real hard, real talk. And that is some of the things I wanted people to know, that life can be hard on you every single day, but you also got to find it, I'm saying, from within, man. Within yourself, to, like, really just push and pull through. But sometimes we also, need, a good brother, I'm saying, to, like, be that good friend, that shoulder to lean on, somebody to understand. Sometimes we do need that helping hand, somebody that can, listen to us, somebody we can talk to, we can bond with, somebody that's, somebody you can talk, you can vent to, and also it's like, when you're bond, it's like you listen to understand before you listen to reply. And you know, and I also showed it in the video to where, like, Brother Noble Isaiah came to my aid, and it's like, he was up there consoling, like, listen, brother, like, it's gonna be fine, it's gonna be okay. And because he heard me on the phone, and he listened to understood my situation. Once he figured out what was going on, that's when the brother came to my aid to help me to, like, to be a good brother, to save his brother for him offered himself, to let him know that, look, brother, I went through traumatic things as well, but I could also be a helping hand to save you from yourself. And Brother Noble Isaiah L, if you like to take the floor and you would like to add on to that more and also give you a breakdown on it, you all are welcome to have the floor. The Noble B4Th L, he can go next right after. Y'all go ahead.
Oh yeah. So I don't know if you already mentioned how, you know, you in the video had on the Baltimore Orioles hat, right? And like uh it started off scanning over the city, Baltimore, and it's showing, how the conditions from this tough city, is so crucial and it plays an effect on our people. That this brother got caught up, in those uh, emotions from those conditions that was induced, right? So, uh, and then you see him having that cap on, right? That cap came from the origins of that cap comes from the fez, which comes from the Tartabush, and the fez is the fez of the Moors. So but actually when you look at the video, it's two splitting images of the same person. You could look at it like the higher self, lower self, and um, you know you got to come and get yourself, and be able to help your brother. We're the same people, are the same bloodline. And we gotta come back, and that's what happened in the video. And you see, um, even though he was feeling those conditions, it was still some part of him left that didn't want to do that, take his life and things like that. So even in those situations, you see our people still, there's a fight in us all the way, even up until that point. We just need that outlet for other people to be able to step in, and assist us during that time. And I don't know how many people watching ever been through situations where they felt like they didn't have anybody else, or they couldn't go to their kindred, or they couldn't go to their family, or other people or friends because they felt like they was betrayed and things like that. But at the end of the day, there's always somebody you can call. May not be that close to you, but you still have options. So um, and then we were at Elwood Park. LEL. We was at Elwood Park, and that part or that title El goes back to ancient Kemet. He cooked Egypt, it as, and it's part of the Eloas, the seven planets. So it's a powerful title. Elwood Park right here in Baltimore, and you had the Moors, featuring the track. Um, with the science in the video. So we got a lot of other great stuff coming too. I don't want to talk about that too much, but um, it's really going to be powerful stuff. And I yield the floor.
No, Mo, you got the floor. You can continue on.
Okay. Did you get so Jolly Bay just messaged in here? So yeah. So um, and also you keep it up, like just keep researching and look at you know, a book to get everybody, especially if you're from Baltimore. It's called The Stolen Village. Okay. This Stolen Village book is talking about us, how we actually um, were selling the Europeans here in Baltimore. So it wasn't reversed like they teach us during the 1700s. We actually had them here. So we went over the overview of the city, and you actually seen the golden mosque there. Um, Symbolic of us, Baltimore, all the Moors, is right in the name. So um, yeah, and then of course if you look at too that park, it's very significant. Got the paintings. We didn't get a chance to really show off everything, as far as the paintings and all of the layout of the park, but um, real historic. So um, like I said, we got a lot of other great things coming up. So I definitely want to talk about how it was making it, creating that, coming up with that. Um, I didn't know what to expect as far as, how the producer wanted to do it. I know that B Miles, you had a few ideas that I thought was really good. And, you know, the brother actually came and had some different spins on, what we wanted to do with it, and it still turned out great in my opinion. So, um, but this is definitely like a precursor to the next one, or a series of them, because he coming out with more of them. And it was fun. It was fun making that. Doing several scenes over and over and over. Um, it was definitely a good time, and the energy was just good. There was a lot of children out there. We was able to see a lot of children that was interested, that wanted to be involved, that wanted to know what was going on. And one thing that I try to capture pictures and videos of it, but it was a young brother out there talking to Noble B Miles, and wanted to be in the video and everything. Um, but he had ran away so fast I couldn't get it on video. But they definitely was very interested and positive, and we definitely want to start incorporating our children into the things that we do. So it was real fun for me. And I yield. Go ahead, bro.
Yes, I definitely yes, I definitely will say like it was like an a total different and incredible experience, just being out there. It also, at times it kind of felt like, being on being on the actual movie set,
Hmm.
actually, being at the park, holding, the gun to my head and stuff like that while I'm on the phone and stuff. And then of course, they had, the guy Marvin, the producer with the camera. Then of course they had the lighting and stuff like that. So I had to like, keep on doing takes. I had to really
Right.
like, get the emotions and stuff like that. And I will admit, like, for me to like really cry, I had to start thinking about my mom and stuff like that because
Mhm.
I wanted those emotions to come out, but it's like I wanted them to come out, I wanted them to come out the way how they came out on Mother's Day, but it just seemed like for some odd reason, like they just couldn't come out the way that they did. But I felt like, they came out the way that they did, to
Mhm.
like really tap with really tap within. Like I will admit to y'all, like me trying to get those emotions, it took a lot out of me,
Mhm.
because I was mentally preparing myself to like, really think about my mom, and then of course, having those suicidal thoughts put the gun to my head. So this is actually me, facing myself of what of what could have like transpired. Somebody could have been, I probably would have called somebody and then I, tell them come get me before I off myself. And then I probably would have just lost it all and did that, and I probably wouldn't be here to tell this story.
Right.
And that's something that, to like actually face something like that of you seeing yourself of what you were actually thinking about, that is something right there that, that really hit me hard as well. And also having, the children out there, they sitting out there watching,
Yeah.
like, oh my God, oh my God, he's such a good actor. Like, oh my God, they me out there, gun on my head, screaming when y'all saw me scream at the top of my lungs, and I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So so it's like we know that they were there, but it just really felt like we was on a movie set and we watching, the fans are watching us, actually perform this right here. It's like wow.
Right. Yeah.
And to have that experience of, seeing, our babies, man, seeing something positive come about, and maybe that can, pretty much inspire them to go ahead and start, utilizing or finding talents, something like that. And I yield the floor.
Oh yeah.
Anything you want to say, Jelly? Go ahead, Noble.
Oh yeah. Well, definitely. Um, another thing that is real crucial. We should, even if you don't have or are currently experiencing those problems, you know, um, get counseling, get therapy. Even if you don't quote unquote have any mental health issues or anything like that, you still never know what might come up through counseling. It's real good therapy to improve and better yourself as a person overall. So I definitely would suggest it, and I think that um, this video speaks to that, to not only looking out for each other, but there's other things, alternatives you can do before you even get to that point. So I just want to encourage everybody, if you can afford it, if you can, get coaching, counseling, therapy, whatever it is, so that you can definitely um, be able to confront life's issues. And I yield to you, Noble, Jelly Bay.
Islam was.
Wow.
So,
Well, I think it was pretty good. You know, and it's a real issue that we have in our communities. Mental health is very important. You know, and, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a subject. That's all I can say.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. Uh, Bishop Eber, you said, please, what can I do to help myself? I live in the UK. I don't sleep at night. Um, I don't really have too much information on what you're going through, but I would need more information, before you can give advice and stuff like that.
It's bomb.
Yeah.
It's a bad echo.
So yeah, my bad. I'm on the road. So how's everybody?
All right. How's everything, more?
Doing good.
I'm out and about with Jolly Bay right now. You know, we just out here trying to get some things done. But now what's the topic? I want to know if I don't like freestyling too much on topics. Because I was on the road and I'm trying to figure out what were we talking about, so I can touch bases and get my input.
Right. Yeah. So we just going over the video. I was breaking down certain points in the video and just sharing our thoughts about it. That's all. And encouraging everybody, get counseling.
Mental
therapy.
health.
Yep. That's right.
Okay. Well, mental health is plaguing our community. It's plaguing our community real bad, right? Like, for starters, we have a lot of people that it's just in the way of this Western lifestyle. They're starting to talk to themselves, starting to go real ballistic. They're starting to do a lot of things that is not normal. Suicidal thoughts is another thing that is also connected to that. Even down to the bleaching of your skin is a part of that. Okay?
Right.
Part of mental health. That's dealing with also self-hatred. Okay? It's so many different breakdowns dealing with this particular topic. So, it's really it's like so open.
Right.
For right now. Like, as far as the video is concerned, that video, when I saw it, it was dealing with a gentleman that was probably depressed mentally within himself and cannot bear or witness cannot be able to be in his own skin. Okay, that's why he had the gun in his hand. Okay, so you gotta look at all these breakdowns real carefully and how it plagues our community every day.
Right.
Okay. So that's what I wanted to touch bases on. I want to say Islam to everybody that's watching. I want to give a shout out to Brother Nuth and our brother out there. I don't probably be busy at the moment, but you want to get a shout out to him. Shout out to Larry King Bay. Shout out to both of the Nobles. That's what I wanted to say, and I yield for right now. I am so focused on the road, I can't even see if Isaiah smiling or not, or anything. So I'm trying not to look, but at the same time I'm looking.
Well, you be safe, more.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Oh, I'm already safe. You know how we do, man. I have Jolly Bay with me. We got this locked down, son. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But I'm still on here. I'm still gonna speak every, So whenever y'all need me, I say what I have to say.
Right.
That's all. But you got. But I really want to let everybody know, you just gotta watch how Western society treats our people. This way of living is not our true way of living. It's not our way of life.
Mm-hmm.
It truly is not. I don't care what nobody say. It's not. Anytime our women have to wear wigs that has blonde hair and then they wear blue contacts, that says a lot. Same thing goes to our brothers. They do the same thing too. They dye their hair blonde. All this other stuff. I mean, it's a lot of things I can say, but there's also some people that was already born with blonde hair too and blue eyes. But I'm just saying, it's like that's the way of the West, okay? But it's deeper than that, and I don't want to go too deep. You know, you also gotta look at the ways of the West, cause how the way they bring forth pedophilia. They did that without people, without children at a young age when they enslaved us. So that's also a sign of what's going on with our people too, because that's also bringing mental illnesses too. Because many of our people in their household or in the family, they have been molested, something that been passed down generation upon generation. Okay, this was never a part of our culture. I want everybody to know that this was never part of our culture. The way of the West has really messed up our people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when it like Rain said, talking to yourself, it can be helpful. It can be very helpful. And also, if you look at yourself in the mirror to build up your self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? But it all takes time. You know, so that's what I want to say, everybody. You know, tell everybody, if you need me, brothers, I'm right here. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely on point with it. More, it's a lot of contributing factors to the mental condition our people are in today. You know, and we experienced a lot of stuff too. You know, throughout the eras of time. You know, from the Industrial Revolution to different periods. When you're looking at the Gregorian period, the Georgian period, um, all these different times. I think right now, even with all the stuff that's going on, uh, with the whole gas crisis and everything like that, you see our people still at the bottom. So we have shown that we can survive through all of the conditions. It's just how do we get back to where we were, where we were ruling the world. I think one way that we can get there is through changing the image of how we see ourselves and how we promote ourselves. That can bring about unity when we change that image. That's one thing that we always had control of when we ruled the world. Um, but that's something that we also lost, even through the 70s and 80s. You still had us in different representation of our households, but that pretty much is gone now. So um, that's why we need to start putting out our own videos and our own shows and things like that to promote different images for our people. Because a lot of these suicide victims, well, I won't say victim, but suicide participants and things of that nature that's going through different things. Um, a lot of times that can be help and mend it with a good solid family unit. So that's what we're about, putting back the household and getting us back together so we can change that narrative. And I think this is a good start for us right now, especially with all the projects that we got going. um, Definitely we got the school coming for the children, K-2, second grade. So we definitely excited about that. And we got a couple brothers that's artists. We got some mothers that's some artists. So we definitely going to try to do as much work as we can, because we know that um, this is another uh, revolution taking place right now. We had the industrial with the gas and oil and petroleum and precious metals, but now it's shifting in the age of Aquarius to uh, the age of electricity. So this is the electric revolution. And if we don't have our children learning science, math, and technology, then they won't have a fighting chance to close a gap between the disparity between us and our oppressors financially or economically. So that's something that we're going to be bringing about. We're very ambitious. We're going to try to do it by next year. So if you got talents, you are an educator, teacher, all of those things, we need you on board. Um, you know, give us a shout out, and you can email us. And we definitely going to have to, start to prepare. As you can see, they're trying to transition from gas, and oil to electric cars. And we already know that the supply market is down. We know that the labor market is down. The products is there at the factories, but they don't have the workers to ship them. So there's a lot of layoffs, and there's not enough workers to get the job done because they're controlling this economy to push a new age, So um, that's why we need to, really do for ourselves. And that's the whole goal. If we want to be free, we got to do it ourselves. We can rebuild Wall Street. We can rebuild Rosewood. We can rebuild, places like they had in Atlanta, New York, Maryland, North Carolina, South Carolina, you name it. But we just gotta, come together and organize, and best idea wins. So, especially for what's going on now, you see during these crises, the elite are getting richer, and every year during March through the summer, they always induce these war and fear tactics. So, um, I would just, stay focused on the goal. They have the COVID lottery they just did in Ohio, right? So for those who take the COVID, they get entered in for the lottery for the big lump sum of finance. So that's the type of methods that they're using to get our people onto this wavelength of taking, these shots and things like that. So um, in order to, really provide solutions, it starts like doing things like this, putting out a different image. Um, and we're going to be putting out more images. And I yield.
And yes, I would
Islam, I
also
also
like to.
want to put out there that you said that you mentioned artists. I also write. I write poetry and I write songs. Just want to put that out there. That I write poetry and I write songs too. Just put that out there. Let everybody know. So you have artists. I can write songs.
Well, let's
Can
use
anybody
it.
hear me?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Islam.
Can you hear us?
Yeah. I was saying I write songs and everything too, and I write poetry. Yes, indeed. Indeed. So, all right. I want to if anybody can hear me, just let me know.
Yeah, we hear you.
I'm gonna say testing 1 2. Everybody can hear me.
Yeah.
I guess nobody
We
can hear
can hear
me.
you.
Okay. I was saying I write songs also and I write poetry. So we got that. So you said you have artists. I could do all of that. Just letting everybody know I could do that too. All right. I just want to also let everybody know writing is a good therapeutic method too. To write down what's on your mind, to release a lot of negative thoughts. That's what I normally do. Try doing that as well. You can write poetry. Poetry don't always have to rhyme. Write down your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? They're like, if you're frustrated about something, figure out something that you can use to diffuse it by writing something down. Write down what makes you happy. Not what makes you sad, what makes you happy. What makes you feel real great and motivated. So I was telling somebody to try that out too. I just want to let everybody know that I do write songs. So
Oh yeah, well we definitely gonna need it.
Yes, and I definitely want to add something that nobody said earlier was saying about far as like, controlling the image and stuff like that. And that is something that we really have to talk about as far as like working on our image, because that is something that, ever since we lost our power, we have not have total control over our image, because our image have been pretty much, destroyed, tarnished, and everything that is connected to us. They always want to paint it as something that's being negative. And, it's a shame that sometimes we got to go to, these people who in the higher ups who don't give a damn about us, but they
Mhm.
really know who we are. But of course, it's like they always want to tell us who the hell we are and what we need to be. And I firmly believe that as well, that we must take control of our image, because we can't expect the same enemy that's going to miseducate us, that's going to paint us in the perfect light. And that goes to show you all the time, even in the movies, like you said, back in the 70s and the 80s, they was always showing in the black exploitation movies about, I'm showing them always, they always being chosen for those kind of roles. And Robert Townsend showed it in the movie Hollywood Shuffle, how, he got tired of them. What I mean? They always wanted him to play something, very stereotypical, but they never wanted us to really play, like a positive image. Just like, even in the 90s and stuff like that, they always wanted us to give us roles playing gangster roles, or playing, street guy roles, or we always playing drug dealers, playing drug dealers and robbers and stuff, but they never really showed too many of our actors and actresses in a positive light.
Right.
And they never really showed the so-called black family until we really had shows like, like the Cosby Show, Good Times. Esther Rowe had to force them to write the so-called black father into the TV show. And I feel as though that's something important. So as long as we can control it, then that way we can paint these pictures the way how we see fit. And to like, collaborate and talk with, Nobody's L and stuff like that, and with the director, and to get that experience to paint that picture. And Noble William Jelly Bean, B Forte, they was actually there to see the rest of it. It's a great thing to see how we can paint, a great picture like that, especially coming from us. So that is definitely something right there. One of that. I yield.
That's right, and we got to definitely make sure that we, even when it comes down to our people putting out certain images about ourselves, say no to those roles too. Cross dressing, putting on dresses and wigs. If you're a man, we got really correct that image. And I know those roles are out there, and you're trying to put food on the table, but at the end of the day, you gotta have principles, and if that's something that is the only opportunity for you at the time, then I'm pretty sure that there's other outlets that you can look at, as far as for providing for yourself and your family. So um, it starts with us too. It starts with us saying no to those type of positions. It starts with us saying no to um, allowing our people to continuously put out those type of images. And we got to start having heart to hearts and checking each other like we used to, because we got to get back into that nation mindset and community mindset and village mindset, so we can stop promoting these degrading images that we see, because it only uh, desensitizes people when it comes down to the treatment of our people when they see these type of images, right? And it's so funny how you can control the masses through an image where they'll see um, our people getting detained or arrested or locked up in or kidnapped in public on the news, and you think that's the majority of our people, and really it's not. When you look at the statistics, um, we're not the most ones getting into uh, criminal offenses. They label criminal offenses as like drug or traffic, but we're not committing a whole bunch of crime. The majority of the people committing most of the crime on this landmass is the Europeans, not us, right? So, but they can control that through the image, and then we fall short when we repeat the lie saying that our people are criminals and all these different type of things, and that's not even really true, according to the statistics. Um, so we just got to make sure that we, get into a position of getting out of making excuses and just get back to the position where we have our people running things again. And if you don't like the image, you can control it. If you don't like the way that things are done, do it yourself. And that's what the mindset that we embraced, and that's what we're gonna keep on pushing as far as we can go until we pass it to the next generation. So, if anybody on the same wavelength as us, then that's what we're gonna be doing. Jump with us, and we're gonna make it happen.
That's right, nobody. I'm telling you, man. Like if the subscribers have any idea what is coming down the pipe as far as like the great messages and the images that we have talked about, man, I'm telling you more. Like it is going to be so incredible. I'm talking about they just don't have any idea.
Oh yeah.
They just don't have any idea how it's going to unfold. It's going to tell a story.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be like Martin Scorsese out here, but even greater.
Right.
Painting some serious pictures. I'm talking about, I have so many. I ain't gonna talk it to death because I want to give the floor to y'all, but definitely have a lot of concepts, a lot of stuff gonna be writing about, a lot more great concept we're going to be bringing, as far as like bringing forth that great image. And been talking to them about as far as like quite a few of the videos is going to like show that great image of us. And I'm definitely excited. We're excited to talk about it and just watching it, man, because like these music videos is going to tell a story, man.
Oh
And
yeah.
we're going to tell our story. We're going to tell our story, how what it needs to be, how I'm just super excited, to bring it, man, to watch it unfold and to paint that narrative, that we not always crooks, thieves, thugs, and criminals. We not menace to society. We're not all just boys in the hood. We not just acting as savages. Like I said, in the song, life be having inland ways. You live in a savage, ass backwards and average. Take you for being a maverick. We don't, we don't have time. You understand? Life can take you down that road, but you don't have to stay stuck in that mind frame of
Exactly.
being a savage.
Exactly.
So I yield the floor. You can take it.
Oh yeah. Let me grab. I want to grab something real quick and just read it off. 1 second.
Okay. Noble William Jolly Bay, you have anything to say?
Islam. I mean, the whole thing is a great thing that's being done. The images that's going to be portrayed, also showing our women with high dignity and respect, instead of having them look like prostitutes and looking like, always looking at having them look like they ghetto and all of them are not. Have them look like women of dignity for once. And that's what the new channel going to bring. We have Mother Shea Marie going to come up with a panel of mothers that they're going to have on the new channel, where they're going to have to give a breakdown of certain things of dealing with the movement that we're doing and so on. And we also going to have a lot of information to share with young men, to teach them how to conduct themselves out there in a public setting. Even down to grown men. You know what I'm saying? Because it's that time. Like, it's our time to do what we came here to do. And that's pretty much it. I would like to talk to a lot of the brothers about that, see what they think about that, so we can go ahead and do what we have to do and have that mentoring ship for the young men that need that mentoring ship. A big brother or something that can guide them and show them how to be the man or to grow into the man that they need to become later down the line. So many things that we're actually going to be working on. And I yield.
Oh yeah, yeah. We got a lot that's coming, and right now, I know I talked to several people about this earlier. A few mothers, I talked to them about this, but um, right now, a lot of our people are into rap, hip hop, you know, different genres of music, art, and entertainment. Being basketball, football, whatever. And I can speak from it because I came from it, especially being in the NFL experience and all that stuff. But, you know, one of the things that I see throughout the eras, we had um, the household still throughout all of the different type of things we was experiencing throughout generations. So when it came down to us getting lynched, um, going through Jim Crow, going through all of these different experiences, we stuck together, as a people. Um, and those generations from the past produced great things like going back to ancient Egypt. Our ancestors created paper. They created the game of chess, the alphabet, medicine, civilized government for all of world governments now. They get their government from our ancestors. And this is well known and documented. The aeroplane propellant system, the biscuit cutters, folding beds, coin changers, rotary engine, the car coupler, letterbox, the stainless steel pads, um, torpedo dischargers, disposable syringes, home security system, the corn planter, cotton planter, ironing board, street sweepers, the horse bridle bit, the typewriter, the train alarm, the image converter, the radiation director, the peanut butter, paint and stains, um, lotions and soaps, automatic fishing reel, ice cream mold, the printing press, the envelope seal, the laser fuels, pressure cookers, window cleaners, pencil sharpeners, uh, fire extinguishers, locks, shoe lasting machine, lubricators, rockets, elevators, gas masks, traffic signals, hairbrush, heating furnace, airships, folding chairs, hand stamp, the fountain pen, dustpan, insect destroyer gun, baby buggy, the sugar refinement, clothes dryer, cell phones, the hot pressing comb, curtain rods. Our people created so many different inventions. I can just keep going and read on the list, but this is what those generations produced as a product overall. And you see the greatness in our people, and that stuff is still being used today and still being expounded upon or innovated on. And right now this is what our people uh, is lacking. Our people only think that we can be entertainment and shooting a basketball for somebody or catching a football for somebody or, you know, um, rapping or singing or dancing for people. But, our people did so much. And a lot of the stuff that's being used today came from our ancestors. So, um, we definitely want to change the narrative with this. We want to produce those type of products, um, you know, and definitely start with our children again. We got to start over and rebuild so we can get to that point. Because definitely with this coming chaos coming down the pipe, with especially the currency that's changing over, we're moving into a different age, and right now is the best time to snatch up wealth and to change over the guard for our benefit, like we did during the Industrial Revolution. Now, they had an advantage when they created the unions and things like that. Right now, we can, level the playing field. We just got to get to our children and build our own tech and all of those different type of things. They're having technology now that you can literally take a picture that of your grandmother, and you can, from this technology that they have, trace back. It'll do a 3D print and trace back your ancestors to a certain time period, right? So you can see your own bloodline. This is the type of technology that our people are inventing now. The few that's in that field, they just need more people, our people, and they want them to be a part of this. So we need to really start thinking about the future. We got a lot of our babies and children right now that's not getting uh, what they need in these school systems. So I know a lot of our people, they send them there because they got to work and provide for them. So they don't really, that's the only option they got. So we're gonna, really try to change that narrative next year. Have something prepared, um, so that we can start changing the whole system. And it starts one person at a time. So if that's something that everybody is interested in, being a part of, supporting, we definitely need all the support we can get. Um, all your talents and skill sets, that's where we need to be at. Every time we talk, every time we meet, we need to be talking about positive images and building on that. So any skill set you got, we just here to encourage everybody. We appreciate everything, that y'all do for, your people, for those who are putting in that work. And we definitely appreciate all the support from the video. um, but this is not the end. This is just the beginning. We got a lot of work to do. So um, the time is now, and I yield the floor.
Oh yes, it's a lot more to come. It's a lot more to come, and the images that we're going to bring, it's like, I'm just going to say this on No Isaiah, like, I hope they ready for them.
Oh yeah.
I hope that they're ready, because like that's I'm talking about, we are going next level. We're not going to tell you exactly what it is, but we working behind the scenes on something great, man. Because I'm talking about I'm talking about, you are going to watch stories unfold when we bring this content, man. I'm talking about, it's going to come from all different angles,
Mm-hmm.
great visuals, great storytelling, and like I said, we're just real glad and grateful, man. You had a chance, to see something like this. It's just like the first step. It's the first one, but it's not going to be the last. As we say, we have great people with great talent. Talking to them and stuff like that. So we can bring this type of music for the people, man. And I'm glad seeing in the comment section that the song has really touched people's lives, man. It brought tears to people's eyes, man. Something that they can feel. This is, something that can be therapeutic for the mind, because many people out here, man, they need something that they can relate to. Something that can really help them, get them through some real tough times. And I believe that's something that has been missing for quite some time, as far as like in the music as well, man. Something that music to help you get through the day. Oftentimes, music back then, they used to really get you through the day, man. But it's like now it just put you in a depressing mood. And I just feel like now we had a great time to where we can finally bring something like that. What, Noble?
Oh no, I was agreeing with you more. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And Mike Tyson. So in the chat, right? You said over 500 people in Brooklyn heard the song last night. Is that right, Mike Tyson? And I'm glad I'm able, we can bring back that type of feel, man. Many people in the comment section, we seen it, and we are very well pleased that, that y'all pleased with it, to just bring back that nostalgia once again. Here's something great, great
Mm-hmm.
lyricism, great bars, and something that has a concept. That's what's really missing. And I you.
Exactly. Yep. And a lot of the ways that they've been able to control our people is the frequency of the music. Even when you talk about the musical scales, it's not even on the same wavelength that we started back then. A equals 432 hertz. Right now, they got things that is destroying our heart chakras and really all of the chakras with the bass, the amount of bass that's in it, uh, the types of lyrics with the bass, and plus the amount of stanzas and verses in the songs, all are destroying um, our people's heart chakra and really all of the chakras. So we used to use music to heal people. We used to use music for healing elements. So um, that's why the FBI, CIA, and the de facto government came together and made a pact and put it into that statutory law and said that we can never let them control music again, right? And through that, they also shifted the frequency that music is played on. So even if you don't like a song, they play on a certain frequency and they continuously play it over and over again so that uh, don't have a choice but to shake your head, or turn it up because it's damaging not only the chakras but your aura, right? So it's very well planned and thought out how they are doing this, but there's different methods and ways that we can, start to change that. And I would definitely encourage everybody to, look up the difference between the music that's played today versus how the frequency back then. Um, it was, the standard back then versus now. Um, and the music that we have now is not really doing our bodies any good. If you were to put a radiation chart over the body after listening to these frequencies, it's a lot of different things that's taking place, to destroy us. And then you gotta be careful what you put in your mind. Our elders, our ancestors used the five senses, in order to um, relate to the world around us. And when you allow music, is the only thing that is allowed to enter your mind without permission. So if you're playing music, even if you hear music from somebody else, that anthem or that verse will seep in your mind, and you'll catch yourself singing it, even if you aren't consciously aware of it. So we got to guard our heart, guard our mind. What we put in. You know, um, but again, we got some good stuff coming, good ideas and things like that. So um, we're just excited, and I hope that the messages can be received in the future when those things drop, and we're gonna keep on rolling. We need everybody's support. So, and I yield.
That's right. Yep. So, anything else? Something you want to add? Let me see. All right. Let me see. All right. All right. Anything else you want to add, Noble? Yep. Because yeah, because we definitely excited. For what for like as far as like bringing and stuff like that, and also just bringing more of the content, and also just mixing in the great science and stuff, with the lyrics and stuff like that. That's the kind of direction that we really want to go into and stuff like that. And like I said, we're going to change the narrative of everything, because as long as our people keep on seeing us, getting shot down in the middle of the street, that really affects our mental health.
Hmm.
Seeing all of those police killings and all of those shootings and whatever they call this black on black crime and stuff like that, it can really be depressing, so that right there can really affect the mental health and whatnot. And that's exactly why I say that, we really have to take ownership and control the images on our own. And we have to paint the pictures that we want to paint, because if your enemy has always looked at you as an adversary, what makes you think they're going to paint you in the positive light when they know deep down inside that you are greater than they are? You understand?
Hmm.
So we are definitely super excited, to like I said, I can't get enough, man. I'm really proud of how things have come about, man. How the visuals of it, but also, man, maybe this can, maybe be a spark and give somebody a spark on something that they want to do, man. And maybe also they can reach out and be, a reaching hand. That's the kind of stuff that we need, man. We need stuff that's going to really, get people through the day. What I mean? Really help really help these people to like get the help that they need.
Right.
I'm talking about life-saving music, and I
Mm.
yield.
That's right. Um, yeah, and we still doing classes. We still, learning, growing together. Y'all definitely want information for that to join the classes. My email is nationbuilding9@gmail.com. So, and the website is moorishhub.com. So, definitely, check us out there. And we're going through a very great class right now as far as putting together trust and all those different type of things. But yeah, come learn about your nationality and birthrights. It all is tied into one. It's all tied into the same thing. So, and with that, I yield.
Anything else you want to add before we close it out? Noble William, Jelly Bay, B Forte.
I just want to say this is our time as a people. And this is our time to reconstruct and reorganize and strategize everything that we need to do as a people to get the ball rolling in our favor. We've been at the bottom of the barrel. Now I want to put that out there that our women are seeing that they're at the bottom of the barrel as well. I want to also put out this whole divesting thing. It's part of self-hate. And this whole divesting thing is not the answer. And I also want to put out there that our women are starting to come into a serious reality that the world don't owe them diddly squat. Same thing goes to our men, our young men and our men. The world don't owe you diddly squat, but you are the mothers and fathers of this that's going on, all these people that took over, and all these other nationalities. You are the parents of them. So it is time for mom and dad to wake up and come to the realization is that it's time for the takeover, minus Sean Carter. And I just want to say that, and I want to let that be, and I'm done. Adios, Tumiana, and so on. Hasta la vista.
All right, fam. And like I said, it's definitely been on a privilege to have the guests on here tonight. Nobody said L, Noble William Jolly Bay, and B4T L, and stuff like that. And like I said, I know the stream is a little shorter, but this situation right here is self-explanatory. So I really hope that y'all take it very serious about what we're talking about. And like I said, we definitely got a lot more great positive concepts, music, great knowledge, information. Definitely looking forward to bringing forth that stuff, man. And we definitely honor the privilege that we can bring forth information like this, and even also, bring great music and images, because it's crazy. And also, last but not least, subscribe to House of L. That's the new channel right there. And also my backup channel, B Mounts 84 News Network as well. So you can subscribe there. And so there it is right there, fam. Thank you, my brothers, once again. Peace and love. We signing off and we out. Peace.
And,
in the backseat of an Uber.
Peace and love.